Welcome back for the Love of Baby Boomers show. This is your host, Dolores Clivert, and today we're talking about health and safety when it comes to our lives. And I just finished talking about Blend for Life, a book I have written 6 years ago, and what you can do when it comes to putting nutrition into your bodies and taking care of yourself. But health and wellness is not just all about nutrition. It's other things involved too. And before I go into that, I do want to recognize the fact that at this time of day, many of you are probably eating lunch or going out as a family to eat lunch. Take time to think about what you order. Take time to think about what you are about to put into your lives. So I would like to talk about something that happened this week. I had a neighbor who's in her mid-70s. She invited me over, and we just had a nice little conversation. And upon leaving her house, she was behind me walking, and she was taking her garbage out. And I heard this big thump. Okay. She fell. And I turned around and I was shocked and she was in shock. And she laid there and I'm like, did you just fall? Even though I could see she fell. And it just happened just that quick. And I want you to know that it was a scary thing for a moment. Okay. Now, fast forward, she was able to get up. She was all bruised up a little bit. And it made me think, we need to protect ourselves from falling. She's in her mid-70s. She's on cancer medicine. And after talking to her, she said she feels dizzy sometime and she is starting to fall a lot. Well, I know people listening to this, somebody or even yourself maybe have experienced this yourself. It's no joke. We'll talk about medical alert in a moment. But there is another story I want to tell you. Maybe about 15 years ago, my mother, she had a stroke while she was in bed at night. And she fell off the bed and was on the floor for almost 2 days before anybody was able to get in the house and get her. And that stroke, because it was a stroke, they say you need to get to a stroke victim quick in order to take care of them and take care of any stroke side effects. But because the longer they're untaken care of, somebody doesn't get to them quick enough, the more problems they're going to have down the line. And my mother was never herself after that stroke. But she lived by herself. And she was on the floor, like I said, for 2 days. My third story is about myself. Most recently, I fell in April outside my house about 10 o'clock in the daytime. Nobody's outside, in front of the car where nobody could see me, even if somebody was passing by. And I was able to get up, thank goodness. It took me a moment to get myself together, and I got up. Now, these 3 stories, they're a little bit different, but it's all the same. People have fallen, and they had to get help to get up, or they were able to get up, or not, but they fell. And my thing is, we need to protect ourselves. How do you protect yourselves? Well, in today's world, yes, you could be wearing an Apple Watch. I don't want to promote so much, but I know Apple has a watch where if you put it on and you fall hard or sit down real hard or jar it, it's going to alert and it's going to say, do we need to call an ambulance for you? And you could yes or no it. But the medical alert, if you fall, it will detect it and it will respond to that fall. It will give you a chance to let it know whether this is a true emergency or not. So they'll let you know, push the button if you want us to not call the ambulance. I like people to take charge of yourself when it comes to protecting. We're not all young anymore. I don't care if you're 50, 60, or whatever your age. Take care of yourself. Get a medical alert. I have medical alert. You do have to charge it. That's something, you have to take charge to do. And I deal with Lively. That's the name of the company, lively.com. And with Lively, you can, pay for it monthly. And if you have a fall, they will alert the medics. The number that you can use to go directly to Lively is 1-800 number 670-7240. And there's a referral that is 523-2304. You can call that number, use the referral, and get a discount, a $25 discount on a medical alert. Now, this may not seem like something is important right now, but just think about it. It's a good present for somebody. It's a good present for you. It's a good thing to have. It's about protecting yourself. Falling is, you could break a leg. You may have a medical emergency that caused you to fall, but we don't think about it. Things happen quickly. Like with my neighbor, she was behind me. I turned around, she was on the floor. It's something to think about. And no, you don't have to be 75 or whatever. You could be 50, okay? 50, 40, all right? But I would suggest it. If you're in the military, a vet, you can get one for free. So call the Veterans Administration and find out and get it and use it, okay? I'll tell you with myself, I have mine, and I don't always put it on. I don't always charge it, but these things need to be charged, and you need to put it on. If you're going up in the attic, if you're doing your gardening, you want to make sure to have a charged medical alert on. It's not just something that's worn around your neck, but you could also wear it around your wrists. Lively medical alert, I would suggest, is good for protection. So it's not just eating well for nutrition, but it's protecting your body as well. Everything we do, we have to have safety, health and safety involved. Everything we do. For the love of baby boomers, for the love of anybody, take care of yourself. Your medical alert is your thing. Now, I would also like to say that when we have family, we have friends, and a lot of times with our family, really, a lot of times we don't know our family's medical history. Have you ever gone to the doctor and they ask you questions like, so what is your medical history with your mother and father? Have they ever had heart disease, kidney disease? And a lot of times some people say, well, I don't know. My family, I don't know, and that's honest answers. So I want to open up this segment by saying, know your family's medical history. This is a way of protecting yourself as well. Okay, like your mom. When did she start her period? How many of you have been asked that? Okay. Who has died of what? Who had heart disease in your family? Kidney disease? Who has blood pressure? Cholesterol? These are all things they want to know your medical history because it helps them better in treating you. This may sound like a minor thing, but it is important. And what I would say to you is have a family discussion. Let your kids know what's going on as well with you. Share. I'm going to go back to my mother. She had colon cancer, and I was probably in my late 30s, 40s, and I did not know that she was going through colon cancer treatment. She had it, and she was going through treatment because she kept it to herself. She didn't want to worry her kids about her health. That was her thought. And then I found out she had it years later. Well, it said a lot to me about how I was not acquisitive enough, and she wasn't sharing. But I had colon cancer, and that's when I found out through my aunts that my mother had colon cancer. Not real good to find out that way. If you know that your family have a cancer like breast cancer, colon cancer, then they'll tell you need to come in and get tested early to detect whether or not you're going through changes in your body. Normally, colon cancer, your first test is, I believe it's 50. I can't really remember, but I believe it's 50. If you know your family members have colon cancer, then they're going to tell you get one now. Like in your 30s, it doesn't matter. Just get one. So it is important to share with your family what you may have been going through, and also to ask your close family members what they have gone through, what their health is like. This is something that is important, and for so many reasons. So I like to see people do this. Right now, as I said, many of you are having lunch right now with family and friends coming from church. So you may be in a restaurant, you may be at home with family eating. And this is a good time around that dinner table to talk to your family about health and wellness when it comes to your family. What did Grandpa Joseph have? What did he die of? Okay, what did he die of? What did so-and-so, Auntie Beverly, what did she have? I saw her one year, and the next year she looked so different. What was she suffering from? Okay, so talk to one another. Boomers, whether you are a boomer that's over 60 or whether you're 40 or 50, talk, share with your kids. But, make it age appropriate. So if you have a 10-year-old kid, you don't want to go deep into what you have or what you're doing and make scare somebody, or they don't know what you're talking about. But share age appropriately at this dinner table. So enjoy your family, enjoy your dinner, boomers. For the love of baby boomers, we have about one more minute, and I want to take that time to let you know that you can find us on Facebook, For the Love of Baby Boomers, love, L-U-V, and you can email us at fortheloveofbabyboomers@gmail.com. Again, talk to us. Tell us what you're working with. Tell us what you want. Tell us that you love us. Hell, I need that. Your host, Dolores Clifford.